everybody, this is T with Kate's Crafty Closet here with another tag in my Halloween tag series for 2020. This is tag number 3. So here we go. This is a really clean, simple, easy, fun tag to make that you can mass produce. If you really truly wanted to do that, you can put them in your scrapbooks, you can put them in mini albums, home decor, picture frames, wreaths, any kind of stuff like you want to use. So if you have a Halloween tree, you can certainly use these as ornaments on trees and stuff. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started. So first thing we're going to need is a distress tag. And I will link everything that I have currently in my store in the description box below. Alright, so we have a tag. Today we're going to use 2 distress oxides. We're using Seedless Preserves and Wilted Violet. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the Seedless Preserves first. And ink it up. I'm just going to ink it up into the center. And I'm using Oxide just because they blend much easier, especially for me. I kind of struggle with blending. I'm not the greatest at that. All right, so that's kind of good where we want that. Then we're going to go in with the Wilted Violet, and we're pretty much going to cover the remainder of the tag, and then we'll come back a little bit with that Seedless Preserves and kind of blend them a little bit together. And if you worry about your fingers getting inky, you can just have a piece of paper or a sticky note close by, and you can hold on to the paper so you don't get inky fingers. But with this, it doesn't matter. At least for me, it didn't matter. But just showing that, you can use different types of things, or you can use a paper towel. Okay. I just like the fact that oxides are so easy to blend. It doesn't take a lot of effort. And for me, that's awesome. All right, I'm just kind of covering up that tag because sometimes I can see the tag at the bottom of that. I'm going to wipe this off a little bit so I can go back in with a little bit of that Seedless Preserves in that center, just to kind of blend them out. And I'll grab a little bit more of the Wilted Violet and finish up around the edges mainly. Okay, that looks good to me. I think we're good to go on that. And we will squirt it with a little bit of water so we get that fun look. And I will do this off to the side so I don't wet my surface. Give that a moment to set, and then we'll heat set it, and I'll clean up my ink that's all over my surface. You can always just take a piece of cardstock and sop up that ink for later on. You can use that tags as well too. So let's go ahead and grab my heat tool. And dry this up. So we're going to put some stamping on here. It's a little bit more inking, and we're going to put some sentiments on it. And we don't want that wetness to bother it. I just love the effect of distressed inks and water. And if you you have too much water on here, you can just dab it off with a paper towel or whatever else you have. I'm just going to dry it back to flatten it out. Okay, that should be good enough. Alright, so let's go in with the stamp set that I'm using. This is just an old stamp set that I have in my stash. This was from My Favorite Things. I'm trying to see if there's a name still on here. It's called Spooky Sweets. In case you have, I'm just using the 2 bats from that stamp set. You can use any bats that you have in your stash. We're going to go in with some VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink because these are really solid images. It makes it easier to stamp these because it's a pigment ink. So that's why I'm technically using it. And you can just stamp your bats anywhere you want. So I'm using a big one here. Then I'm going to turn it over and use that smaller bat and add a couple more. And there we go. That is our bats. So then we're going to go in with the ink blending tool, ink up that edges in black. And I always like to dab it off once or twice, just so one area is not heavy, so that one area is not heavier than the other. So we're just going to ink up that edges in black. Like I said, dab it off to the side. Oops, and don't let your ink blending foam fall off of your ink blending tool like I just did, right? But that's okay. I always, like I said, ink that edge. The corners a little bit heavier to bring out the color and draw the eye to the more focal areas. But you don't have to do that. It's 100% completely up to you. So there we go. We got that done, and I have ink all over my fingers, but that's okay. Then we're going to go in with those labels from the Tim Holtz Halloween. And we're going to go ahead and just put these down. Okay. And remember, everything in the store in the Halloween category is on sale for 25% off using code Halloween25. And I'll link all of that into the description box below. And I just randomly chose different sayings to put on here. Hold them down. Okay. Then I use this little stippling tool that I've been having. And I'm going to go in with that VersaFine Clair. And I'm going to ink it up. And I'm just going to tap to give our tag a little texture. And a little spookiness, so to speak, right? There we go. Perfect. And the last thing that we're going to go ahead and do for this tag is we're going to add a piece of ribbon. This is just some Halloween ribbon that I've had in my stash. I did cut it down to 8-inch tags, so tails. So technically it's a 16-inch length on that ribbon. Folded in half makes it 8 inches. And if you don't want to use ribbon, you don't have to. You can use twine, you can use pom-poms, you can use tassels, you can do whatever you want with this. So that is our tag for today. Super awesome, super easy, super fun. So I want to thank you all for joining me. Make sure you check out the website at katescraftedcloset.com for all your shopping needs. If you ever see anything that you don't see there, by all means, please send me a message. I most likely can get it for you. And because of the pandemic right now, shipping times and production is really minimal. So thank you all for joining me and have a crafty day, y'all.